Hi, everybody. I don't know if I'm on. I think I am. This is Haig again from COAF. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We're so excited today. I'm going to be chatting with Michael Aram, who is a longtime COAF board member. He's based in New York. And thank you, John, for letting me know I'm on. So he's about to join in, and we're going to talk a little bit about. Okay, yes, I need a haircut, John. Yes, people are already teasing me. Yesterday or the other day, it was like, well, you look kind of fat on camera, and now it's like you need a haircut. I know. But anyways, but I'm sure Michael Adams is going to be very polished right now when he comes on. Anyways, we've had an amazing series of live chats on Instagram these last 2 weeks. I had the opportunity to interview Araxia Karapetyan a couple of days ago, and Michael Aram today. And a dear friend of mine, musician Mikhail Voskanyan, who's based in Yerevan, is going to be interviewed tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. And we might have a couple more surprises next week. So, anyways, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's hanging in there. I know it's really difficult being cooped up at home for a lot of us, but we're hanging in there, and let's hopefully see some light at the end of the tunnel soon. So I am waiting for Michael to join in. I'm here in Los Angeles, he's in New York, and we've got loads of people logging in, I can tell, from all over the place. Thank you, Alice. So, anyways, let's see here. I guess I can take some. Alice, you're flattering me. Thank you. I can take some questions in the meantime. I'm seeing a lot of people. Hi, Anush Makarchan. There's Jacques from the village of Aragatsavan. So, anyways, I know that our office in Yerevan has now reopened, which is a great thing. Of course, we're taking it, the social distancing and all of that. But, we're in the middle of putting together care parcels packages for a lot of the, most heavy hit people in our villages. So I know that the office has been busy getting all of that together. So, anyways, and I see that Michael Aram has joined. Hi, Michael. Let's get you on here.
Hi,
Michael,
how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, you can hear me.
I can hear you. I can
Perfect.
hear you. Can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Awesome. Awesome. How are you holding up?
Doing great, I have
Yeah.
to say. I mean, there's no other way to be, right? You've got
You
to be
have to.
great.
You have
We're
to.
healthy, we're here, and we've got to stay positive and try to, I don't know, try to find beauty, try to find connection, try to find meaning, try to find, some kind of peace and purpose, I think.
I think that, let me ask you this, purpose. So you're obviously a very talented, creative individual. Are you finding that this, and you're also one of the busiest people I know, you're constantly traveling all over and doing appearances, and obviously you spend a lot of time in India. Do you feel like this time, where we're quarantined, is allowing you to become even more creative and sort of reflect on all of that when you're not running around?
I think it's an amazing time. I am sort of telling my team that this is the time for connection. It's not the time for selling. It's not the time for any of that. I am doing my sort of design work, but honestly, it's I cannot honestly say that this is a time when the creative juices are flowing. I feel like without being heavy about it. I mean, this is a time of coming together in crisis, and for me, those are not moments to dream. These are moments to strategize. So I think that the work I'm doing creatively is how do we see ourselves? How do we see our place in the world? How do we reimagine ourselves? Not the let me come up with a beautiful sculpture moment. Maybe that'll come later.
Right.
I'm sure it will, but at this moment, this is like all hands on deck. And how do we get through this together and gracefully successfully in all those ways. But this is not the time for me anyway. Maybe for other creative people or artists to go and paint and create and make music. But I don't know. This is the time for me to really sort of look at what's essential and to do more like self reflection and introspection and creativity, and obviously just try to keep everyone on our team safe, to keep the business moving, and
it's a big family. Yeah, it's a big family.
We have, I always, say that, we're a small company, but we have 300 people on staff. And, from COAF, you build an army, and then to have to sort of strip it down to the skeleton is something that's really difficult. So anyway, I mean, it's not to diminish it because it's a huge thing, but, I've spent 31 years building a machine, and now to have to sort of strip it down in a way where it's still standing and gets strong at the end, but to survive, it's a challenge.
No, definitely. And I know that there were a lot of changes where I think you moved your logistics center to North Carolina recently.
Yeah, we've had some major moves recently, so that's all good. I always say change is great.
Definitely. And where are you these days? I'm assuming you're not in New York City.
No, we were so blessed. I mean, we have a weekend house out here on Long Island by the beach. So right after the kids' spring break, we came here, and we've been camping out here at the house, which has been, I don't know. I mean, it's been really great, just because we're all together and going through that and supporting each other and dealing with the kids
and Michael
learning at home and all that.
What about New York City? I mean, I'm in Los Angeles at the moment. I was supposed to be in Armenia on April 15th because I live there 6 months out of the year, but obviously that's no longer happening.
Right.
And I've been at my mom's for the past, 6 weeks now or 7 weeks. God, I don't even know anymore. But, Los Angeles is obviously not as heavy hit as New York City and some of the other cities because we went into lockdown fairly quickly, and we're not as concentrated because obviously it's a car culture and what I call one big giant suburb of a city. But I'm sure you're bound to know of situations and people that that have been actually affected or struggling.
Yeah, totally. Unfortunately, but it's become that situation in New York where it's people whose parents have died. Our kids go to a very small school, and they're only 9 years old. They're twins. And they've lost 2 teachers to COVID. And that's been a learning curve for them. In our building, there's people in the city. So it does definitely feel very real, and it's getting close to home. Thankfully, it's no one in our home yet. And thankfully, everyone in our company is still healthy and safe. But, this is no joke. And, certainly, when you're in New York City, hearing the sirens and knowing what's going on, it's a very very unpleasant moment. It's a sad moment, but we'll get through this. New Yorkers are tough.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So Michael, what about, I have to say, I think all these women are calling me and all over Los Angeles saying, Michael Aram, 30%. He's doing an online sale. People are going frantic here. So I want to let you know.
So this was crazy.
You're making a lot of women very happy.
We have never done this. We've never ever done this. The way I've been sort of talking to the team about it is that extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures, and this is one of them. And, everything has stopped in our industry. As everyone, as all my customers know, Neiman Marcus is shut. Maybe, it won't come back the same. Bloomingdale's, Macy's shut, maybe not come back the same. And the only channel we have that's generating anything is our online channel. And so we just have to do what we have to do at the moment, to keep the lights on, to keep the salaries going, and to stay there at the end. So, it's not a pleasant thing for us to be on sale like this at all. We're grateful, of course, for
Michael. It makes people happy, though. Honestly, a lot of people
are
stopping and stuff. And for all of you who don't know, not to sound like a commercial right now, but if you order online from Michael Aram's website right now, you'll get a 30% discount. So that's kind of what I was alluding to, because I know there was a little bit of a frenzy, and let's face it, people like to shop when they're,
Sure. Oh yeah, we all do.
hunkered down at
We all
home.
want diversion. And
You
and
know,
you know the thing is, it's the moment we're in history. I know a lot of my friends are saying, I can't believe cosmetics are on sale. They never go on sale. I can't believe this is on sale. But it's all we have. At this
yeah,
point, is our
definitely.
website. And it's nice, I think, for all of us to have a moment to shop and feel better, as you say, make our homes more beautiful. One of the I always say that one of the things that gives me most pleasure is to see people enjoying my work, and it's been so meaningful this time around on Instagram, because you see people cooking dinners for their families, and people are posting pictures of their meal, and they're using my platters or my serving pieces, and they're taking pride. Like, look what I'm doing for my family. I'm making something beautiful. I'm creating something. I'm trying to make everything more pleasant in our home. There's no mistaking, things are tough. We're stressed out. Our kids are stressed. They're not seeing their friends. You're not seeing your friends. How to make this moment sort of magical for your family. And, everybody's talking about how they're cooking more. They're going through recipes, and they're finding things in the New York Times, food and whatever section, and trying the
Gaining
recipes,
weight more.
and also taking pride on how to serve things.
Yeah.
I did an Instagram post the other day for Neiman's, and it was about, it's springtime here in New York, and the trees are just budding, and I've been cutting branches and bringing them in the house and putting them in vases of mine to watch them, bloom, to force them to bloom early. And it's something that kids are loving, because it's sort of like the science experiment for them, to see how you can force nature like that. But it's brought color and joy into the house. So I mean, those are things that I'm enjoying
I'm sure the
here.
kids are enjoying that too. How old are the kids now,
The
Michael?
kids are 9.
Oh, wow.
And as they say, at this point, they know everything, and it's sort
Yeah,
of,
right.
it's a fun age, because also, I mean, I'm sort of getting off the point, but I'm working at home, I'm on the phone, I'm on speakerphone. Annabelle just said, I want to come in, I want to see what's going on, and the kids are really, yeah, right.
Can
She
we
would
bring them on in a little bit?
she'd come in a heartbeat,
Yeah,
but
let's do it. Let's do it towards the end of the interview. I'd love that.
maybe I've shut the door to my office right now,
Okay, come
but
on. I'm going to force you in about
yeah,
15 minutes
I
to bring
will,
them out.
I
Okay,
will,
to bring them in action. So she was saying,
no, so my point is, like, they see us at work, they see us in situations now, and we never watch the news with the kids. Well, we have not up until this point, because they've been too young. And now, they're getting information. I mean, they learned about their teachers dying. That was a
oh,
big
really?
learning. Yeah, yeah.
So are they aware, Michael, of like what
They're very
COVID?
aware. Yeah, they're
Okay.
very aware. And my daughter is so crazy. She just wrote this thing on her computer
Hmm.
about the pros and cons of COVID, which was
Okay.
so incredible. It was incredible for me.
And what were the pros and the cons, just in a
Well, I mean,
nutshell?
no, but like some of the things that are all clear for us, like, the time to spend with your family, FaceTiming with your friends, all of those. And I won't say what all of them were, but
Okay.
she went there even politically. I mean, it was sort of,
Wow.
yeah, no, I was like, oh wow, there she is. She's got an opinion, and these are things
Mm.
we don't talk to. I mean, we're very even with the kids, and don't
Right.
really let them make their decisions, and let them sort of explain their rationales to things. But
Mm.
it's been amazing.
That's great. That's great. Okay, think about it. If you're okay with it, we can maybe bring them out in 10 minutes and
Yeah,
have them
sure,
say
we'll
a
see.
quick hello. I'm sure she'd love it.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about
Yeah, what a smart young lady. Thank you, Chara Gigi.
what a smart young lady. That's my girl. Are you seeing all these messages? Yeah.
Alice, yay.
Alice is on a nonstop, a roll.
That's Dr. Alice to my
Of
kids.
course it is.
Yeah.
So Michael, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, there was a documentary on TV.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember the title now.
What Will Become of Us?
What Will Become of Us? And you were featured in it along with a very good friend of mine, Lori Tatuyan.
Oh, Lori's the best.
She is. And
I actually met her through funny circumstances.
Did she
I met her
blush?
through her
Did she
spoofing
blush?
me.
I want to hear about this encounter. Because I got a call once after that skit. She goes, do you think he's going to hate me for the rest of my life? I'm like, no, the guy, he's got, a great sense of humor. So, but anyways, yeah. Where did you meet Lori?
Well, actually, I met her online. Well, there was that famous thing which I haven't seen, which is why I still like her. But there was one about how to regift your Michael Aram, which she
Yes.
posted online, which I thought was I thought it was sort of hysterical. So I commented on it, and she's like she sort of had that like freak out moment, like, uh-oh, am I in trouble?
I
But
love it.
no, it's been, I mean, we've not met personally, but she and I are in touch and it's been fun. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
really enjoying her work, her creative work at this point.
she's a riot. We know each other from college, actually, and we used to do skits together, her and I, in my living room in college.
Hmm.
But obviously, her career took off and mine didn't in entertainment and showbiz. But anyways, I'm teasing. I'm hoping Lori's watching. But
Hey, Germany.
yeah, and then see the Jacques right there. He's one of our COAF kids from the village of Aragazaban. Anyways, but yeah, it's great to
I
see
will say, I
the
mean,
kids are on here as
one of the
well.
moments you and I had in Armenia
Yeah,
together, which I will forever cherish, was when you and I went to one of the schools
Karagert, yeah.
and met with some of the kids under a tree. I think it was summer and the school wasn't in session, but the kids were there or came in, and we spoke in English, and the kids were interviewing me. And it was just one of the, I mean, listen, we know our kids are amazing and so smart, but what was astonishing to me is how so many of the kids conducted themselves with so much confidence and, intelligence. And the questions they asked were so incredible. It was, do you remember that
Of course, I
afternoon?
remember that
Yeah.
day. It was May of 2014,
Yeah.
and we went out to this village, Karagert, and we had a group of students who spoke English, who had gone through our English classes, and I remember they had prepared questions for you and everything. And what I remember was, in Armenia, there's this, when somebody who's very famous or prominent or um, even like an adult, in a certain position comes in, there's usually like this um, lay out the red carpet for me kind of an attitude. And I'll always remember when you spoke with them, you sat on the grass, and everybody was kind of shocked. And Michael Aram's like on our level, sitting on the grass with us underneath those apricot trees and having this conversation with them. And I think that somebody had commented over there right now as we were talking, because I'm following, on how humble you are and how modest you are, which is something that I greatly appreciate in you and a lot of people, especially during times like this, when I think we're all, a lot of people are talking about us being like, this is like a very equalizing
Right.
situation
Oh,
right
sure,
now.
for sure.
And so I'll always remember how modest you are and how the kids were genuinely like not expecting that, for you to just sit there on the floor and like talk to them and answer their questions and make them feel important. And this is why we're doing this chat series anyways, is for them to know that people care about them, and we want to sort of let
Sure.
them know that we're thinking about them. But yeah, so what else do you remember from that?
We're all the same. I send my kids to a school in New York City, um, where even the principal for them is on first name basis, and I
Yeah,
think that we're all in this together. This journey that we're on in life, and it's just
definitely.
nice when of course, one always has to respect one another. But treat each other like partners, because as you say, we're all in it together and we're all learning. I mean, the things I learned from those kids, I'll never forget. And hopefully I was able to sort of inspire them in some way also.
No, definitely, definitely. So, Michael, that
Hey,
was back.
Hachig,
Are you
this
getting
is so much fun. I'm seeing some great people up here.
catching up in San Francisco, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who talk
Uh,
about humble. He's going to get embarrassed now, but he was cleaning in front of the store the other day. I was like, way to go. You keep things moving. There you go.
I'm gonna embarrass Hachik. Hachik's a very, very kind-hearted soul.
Isn't he? Yeah.
Sorry, Hachik, you can give me a hard
Yeah.
time afterwards, but Hachik every year, every time, because I lived in Armenia for 4 years consistently, and every Christmas he would send me money and say, "Go buy toys."
Wow.
For a particular village anonymously, not through COAF, not through anything like that, because COAF does more programs, and things like that. So we're not in the habit of passing out toys and things like that unless it's a special project. And I would go every year and I would buy these toys and anonymously donate them to like one of the more one of the poor villages and stuff. So
Right.
that's the kind of guy Khachig is. And every
Yeah.
time I put up something about a sick child in Armenia that needs help, like Khachig's one of the first to respond. But so yeah, hats off to you, Khachig, for watching right now. You've got two fans, I guess.
Yes.
So okay, so Armenia, that was 2014. Then I know you went a year or two later for the Pope's visit, where you uh, the piece that you made that they donated the gift to the Pope, one of your pieces, right?
Yeah. That was an amazing moment. It was funny because it's always those like last minute requests which are so exciting because I think I had maybe a month or 6 weeks to create the piece, and when I was asked to create it, and they said, well, we need it in whatever it was. I think it was 6 or maybe 8 weeks, if I'm being generous.
That's really generous.
At first, I said, well, I really have to think about, if I can do it that quickly. And I put the phone down. I said, I'll call you back tomorrow. I put the phone down, and then I called back 5 minutes later. So how do you say no to a gift for the Pope? Especially this Pope, who I think is someone that really the world admires.
Yeah.
And it was really one of those incredible experiences, for sure, in my life, and really, really touching. Without getting into it too deeply, because I know we don't have that much time, but
yeah,
the piece was Noah's Ark,
the
which
Noah's
is
Ark,
a symbol of deliverance and salvation. And as part of the ecumenical service in downtown Yerevan, all the refugee kids from around the world came up and put dirt and water from their home countries into the sculpture.
amazing.
And then the Pope at the end also put water in this symbol of nurturing these refugee children in their new life. It was just, there was something really incredibly stirring and emotional about that piece for me.
It was gorgeous, actually. I remember, and the scale of it, to be able to do that in like 6, 8 weeks on so short notice is amazing. But yeah, so Michael, we were all over as usual, which is the case with me usually. But the documentary we're talking about that screened
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, we got into talking about Lori being featured on there as well. I found your segment to be very touching and moving, and for various reasons. But it was a very personal story, and I think that. And I was talking to Araxia about this a couple of days ago. When you make it in life, or and you're a public figure, it's very easy, whether you're Armenian, Italian, it doesn't matter, but to hold on to your roots and your identity and to give back and to contribute somehow, I think is a major thing. And my hat goes off to you, because you've always been in touch with your roots and your heritage, whether it's in your art, whether it's in your you always bring it up. Even for April 24th, there was a post that was made, on Michael Aram's Instagram page. You always touch upon that. And I thought the way they ended the documentary with you and the kids and the family, on the beach, and what was said was so, so touching and so moving. So tell me a little bit about that project, how that came about.
Well, it was just such a what can I say? It was a great experience and an honor to be part of the film. I met Stephanie actually at the time that I was working on the genocide memorial sculpture in New York, which was migrations, and she and I were just talking about it, and then she wanted to do some filming around it, actually for the 100 Lives organization. And then through that whole process, simultaneously, sort of like completely unrelated, my Aunt Florence had been going through letters that my grandmother had in her attic when she died, that nobody ever really knew existed. And they were letters written by my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather back and forth from Orfa prison, where he was imprisoned and then later died. And there were letters from other prisoners to her, and then a lot of documents about people trying to help him and trying to get him released from prison. He was arrested on April 24th in front of my grandfather from church and all of these things I never even knew. I never even knew the stories. He never spoke about it. And sort of crazily, one of the reasons I was so emotional in the film, when she was filming it, is I was reading those letters in real time in front of her and learning all that for the first time. So it was an incredible moment. And, it just happened that it was sort of like this sort of confluence of information, between working on the sculpture, between discovering these letters, reading them in front of the camera for the first time and learning about all this for the first time. It was sort of it was a really crazy moment. And, I'm just really glad that, and really honored that I could have told that story.
Michael, somebody was asking again what the title of the documentary is. I don't know why.
It's what will become of us. And the whole idea is, here we are, we're Armenians, we're second, third generation, many of us, aren't married to Armenians, or maybe, whatever, as our Armenianness sort of, goes through the generations, what will become of us? Will we speak language? Will we, find meaning and associations in our culture the same way that our grandparents or great-grandparents would have, and, how do we hang on to a certain sense of identity as we become part of a American identity or diasporan identity, wherever we are in the world? How do we express and maintain and propagate our Armenianness, or do we not? Do we decide that it just doesn't fit with our lives and move on? So it was sort of interesting, because it talked about people who are very engaged with their American identity, yet somehow connected to a sense of Armenianness, no matter how they express it. Whether, as you said, like for me, I always feel very rooted to my Armenianness, even though I was born here, my parents were born here. But it's still very important for me, and I try to maintain it and feel pride in it, and somehow express it through my life and my work. And I think it's for all of us to wonder what will the next generation find in it.
Well,
what will become of us?
I don't know if you saw that, but I'm pretty sure that's Audrey-Nat who wrote, "We will all have Michael Aram pieces in our homes."
Oh yeah,
as a way of preserving the Armenian. I love
there you go. That's it, right?
People love
and maybe you'll be serving yalanchi on it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Where can we see the documentary? You know what? I think I don't know if they aired it on public television. I don't know if you can download or stream it.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think you can. Hey, Adrina, I don't think we can download it yet. But if you go on the website, you can see where it's being aired, and hopefully get a chance to see it. I'm sure at some point. I'm hoping it'll be streamed or online or on Netflix or something.
Okay, great. Michael, we're wrapping up. Do you want to bring the kids out, or do you feel?
I don't know what they're doing.
I think they might have fun. Let's see what they're up to. I think they're.
No, I have no idea. Let's see. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'd love to see them.
I think Adet's doing lunch, maybe.
Children of Armenia are fun.
Because they're outside having lunch.
Are they outside having lunch?
Let's not bug them. They're with a friend of ours, so anyway, they're sitting outside.
All right. No, let's not bother them. But so what's going on? One other quick question, like India. You spend a lot of time in India where you do a lot of your work and everything. I mean, everything is just hanging right now for you, right? I mean, you don't know when
everything's paused. India's just extended the total lockdown another 2 weeks, but I think it'll go longer than that.
Yeah.
Stores are shut, obviously, in LA and New York. We are opening up a new store now in Miami, and that's under construction at the moment. So that's a little strange. Strange time to be building a store, but we're optimistic, and I'm glad there's no solution to your addiction.
Are you reading these too? I love it. Yeah.
We love people who say they're addicted to our
30% off.
Right?
Yeah.
Thanks for it's on till Sunday, I think, or till Sunday. I think the sale's on.
So Miami. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I don't know. I get to see you every now and then when you're in LA, but I don't see when that's going to happen. I don't know when I'm going to be in New York. And we have to plan a trip to Armenia soon, I think.
Thank you, RP. Enjoy. Well, thank you, Haig, and thank you, everyone. It's just such a pleasure, and nice seeing you, and nice seeing all these people on on the screen. Everyone stay safe, be well, find joy, enjoy your family most of all, and stay connected. And most of all, just of course, stay healthy.
Michael, hang in there. Thank you
And
for joining us today.
love to our COAF family. Love to our COAF
Yes,
family, guys. We're all connected here.
we are. Thank you so much, Michael.
Okay,
Enjoy
thanks,
the rest
guys.
of your day, and
Okay,
we'll be
wonderful.
in touch. Okay?
Thank you. Bye,
All right.
guys.
Okay. Bye, Michael.
Bye.
So that was Michael Aram joining us today from New York, longtime board member. We love dearly. And like I said, tomorrow we have musician Mikhail Voskanyan joining us. He is a longtime friend, supporter of COAF, has gone and played music to our children in the villages, and has performed at the opening of the Smart Center and a whole bunch of other stuff like music for some of our short films in the background. A very, very dear, talented friend of mine. Mikhail Voskanyan tomorrow, live from Yerevan. And folks, I'm going to sign out, but this was an amazing opportunity for me to interview and chat with Michael Aram, as well as Araxia Karapetyan a couple of days ago, just to give you guys an update on what's going on in COAF in Armenia. Obviously, all of our programs are currently not operating because of the pandemic, and the Smart Center has been closed for the safety of the children. And so right now we are basically distributing care packages to our people in the villages, sanitary hygiene supplies, masks, and certain food items and things like that. So I know that our staff in Yerevan has been putting together these parcels, and we had done a campaign to raise funds for this, and we are basically distributing them to 5 of the provinces in Armenia that we're in. So, if you'd like to support those efforts, by all means, visit our website, www.coaf.org. And you can make an anonymous donation and put in the note section there that it's for humanitarian assistance in Armenia. But I know that, my colleagues in Yerevan, I wish I was with you right now, helping put together these parcels and whatnot, and actually being on the ground to distribute them to the people. So I appreciate it, everything that we're doing as an organization in helping people go through this pandemic, whether it's educating them on, proper social distancing and what's needed and so forth, to some of the more impoverished families that are economically hit right now. So again, you can support us. By all means, contact us through our website, through our social media. You can even ask to speak with me, and I'll be happy to give you a call and let you know in more detail what we're doing with the medical teams and our social services teams on the ground. So thank you so much again, and enjoy your weekend. And until next time.